What's up, YouTubers? List with Mike G here, and on today's video, I'm going to show you how to get your credit score up to the magical number of 800. So how do you get an 800 credit score? Not only am I going to share my personal experiences with you, but I'm going to show you how you can get yours done fast, easy, and free. Before we get started, do me a favor and hit that like button and smash that subscribe button for me, as it really helps out. We've all had those experiences where we wanted to help out a friend. And in my case, I co-signed on a loan for a friend of mine. We agreed on the payments and that they would pay it off in 18 months, and everything was good.
So I thought.
About 3 years later, I go to apply for an apartment, and of course, they run your credit because that's what all leasing companies do. And much to my surprise, I was denied. I thought to myself, how could I be denied? I make enough money, I have no debt. What could be the problem? And to make matters worse, they won't even tell you what the issue is. So this is where my journey in credit building truly began. First thing I had to do was figure out what my credit score really was. How do I do that? Where do I begin? I know. So I Googled it. How to pull my credit report. This is where I learned that as a consumer in the US, you can legally pull one credit report a year for free from all the credit bureaus. What are the credit bureaus, you ask? TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. Once I pulled my reports, I learned several things. I had a
450 credit score.
Yikes. I also learned I had a ton of errors and discrepancies on my credit report. I learned a little lesson in life that no good deed goes unpunished. And I also learned that YouTube channels only grow when viewers smash that like and subscribe button. So how do I fix these discrepancies? How do I get my score up to an 800? It was through my research that I found some similarities in what these agencies use to determine your credit score. Here are the 5 things these credit bureaus use to calculate your score. The first is on-time payment history. This should be a no-brainer, guys. Make your payments on time every time. Even one late payment can really hurt your score. Next up, credit utilization, guys. Ideally, you want to keep your usage under 30% of your total credit limit. This means that on a $1,000 credit limit, you only want to utilize up to $300 at any one time. So the third point is length of credit history. Guys, this is important when you apply for credit, as the agencies will have history to look back on. The longer you have credit for and the sooner you start, the better off you will be. Now, it's important to note that this is calculated as the average length of credit history and not the total length. So I recommend to start building credit as soon as possible and to keep those accounts open and in good standing for as long as you can. And next is a total number of credit lines. With this one, you really want to have multiple credit lines open, as this will raise your credit limit, which will lower your utilization. It also helps to have a mix of credit lines, i.e. a mortgage, auto loan, and credit cards. This shows lenders that you are a responsible consumer who can handle a variety of debt. And lastly, guys, is the number of credit inquiries. Each time you apply for credit, it shows up on your report as a hard inquiry, which lowers your credit score. This is how lenders keep track of how many times you are asking for credit. The more inquiries you have, the riskier of a borrower you become to lenders. So guys, there are many ways to choose a credit card that will help you achieve your goals of building your lines of credit and credit history, all for the hopes of achieving the holy grail score of 800. I recommend NerdWallet. NerdWallet offers a variety of cards depending on your situation, ranging from balance transfer, best offers, rewards, cashback, travel, low interest, business, student, average credit, and lastly, building credit cards. As of right now for June of 2020, according to nerdwallet.com, the top cards for building credit is the Discover It Secured and the Visa Open Sky Secured cards. Now both these cards have some pros and cons, but in my opinion, the pros outweigh the cons. I'd highly recommend getting these cards to build your credit up, and here's why. So here, guys, here's the Discover It card, and according to nerdwallet.com, some of the pros for this card is there is no annual fee. They report to all 3 major credit bureaus. It offers rewards and a sign-up bonus. I'm not sure how much the bonus is, probably like $50, something like that. And a chance to upgrade to unsecured account after 8 months. The cons of this card is it does require a $200 deposit, and Discover is not widely accepted outside the US. But that's not too bad. Second is the Open Sky Secured Visa credit card. So some of the pros on this card is there's no credit check required. It doesn't require a bank account. Reports to all 3 major credit bureaus. Some of the cons on this card is it does have an annual fee. I believe it's $35. It has a high ongoing APR percentage of, I think, 7.39%. And it does require a $200 minimum deposit. So there you go, guys. So guys, needless to say, I followed all the steps. I fixed my credit fast and for free, and I got my 800 credit score. It felt great, guys. I recently went in to buy a new car, and the finance manager pulled me aside and told me, hey, do you want to actually buy 2 cars today? And I said, why? He goes, well, we haven't seen a credit score like that in a long time. And I said, well, what's my credit score? And he pulls out the paper, he shows me, and it's at 835. And I said, well, no, I don't want to be buried in payments, but I appreciate the offer. And I had left with 1 car. So there you have it, guys. How to get an 800 credit score fast, easy, and for free. Be sure to like, comment, and smash that subscribe button for me. List with Mike G. Till next time.